Hi everybody, Hellcracks here, and welcome to another Mercenary Thoughts from the Inner Sphere as we jump forward to the year 60? Yes, 3060 book. TRO. And today we're going to be delving into the Buccaneer. A mech that, well, it's kind of, far down the road for me ever thinking about ever getting one. But, hey, this is the great opportunity to get our thoughts and figure out what we want to do with it, if we ever got one. All right, the Buccaneer is a 55-ton mech. It's one of those melee class mechs. It is a 690. So you got a melee mech that's a 690. Something's missing. I wonder what it would be. Because having a melee mech with jump jets is very important to me. Because, yeah, what's the best place to hit somebody is either the head or the back with a hatchet or sword if you're one of those swordsmen. And it's missing those things that get back behind somebody pretty quickly. The jump jets. So there's one thing that's missing. All right, but it's a mech that comes in around 1100 battle value. So that's not so bad. It's not breaking the bank in the value department. It has 10 double heat sinks, so it can handle most of that heat that's being pumped out. Has 179 points of armor. That's pretty good. I think, 185 is max on one of these? So you're like a half-ton short. Okay, I can live without a half-ton extra armor for all the extra equipment you might be able to get on board. All right, so pretty much maxed out. So you need a mech with maxed out armor, especially if you're a melee mech, and because you're running around with this wonderful thing called an XL engine. Yes, you are a 690 with an XL. You do need the almost maximum amount of armor, maximum effort. So there you go. At least they got that right. Now, equipment-wise, obviously in the left arm, it has the hatchet, which comes in at, 4 tons? And then in the left torso, we have an SRM-6 and has Artemis fire control, so right there, and a ton of ammo. So you're looking at 5 tons wrapped up in an SRM launcher. Okay, personally, I could live without having that SRM. We'll get around to why. Actually, we did get around to why. Okay. Then in the right arm, we have an ER large laser. And then we have a medium laser in the head. And then 2 medium lasers in the center torso. Okay. I like it where this is going. Then we have a medium laser in the right torso. And then we have in the left torso a medium pulse laser. Huh. So we have 4 standard medium lasers, then we have a pulse laser. Personally, I'd rather just give me another 2 medium lasers. Give me 6. Okay, if you don't have jump jets on it, give me 6 medium lasers. You can rip out 30 points of damage on somebody. Medium lasers do a ton of damage for the bang for your buck. And you got to get in within basically melee range for that medium pulse laser. I'm not a big fan of the inner sphere medium pulse lasers or heavy pulse lasers for that matter. Just give me some standard medium lasers, and I'd rather have 2 of them than just 1. You know, that's my thought process that go through my head. So there. Now, we discussed everything that has on the mech. It's got some decent speed for a 6.9. That's, you're getting around, and you can whack somebody with that hatchet for 11 points of damage. So you could almost decapitate somebody with a single whack with your hatchet. Now, if you play with all those special skills and stuff, like Weapons Master, Melee Master type of thing, then this mech can shine. Because then you are looking at a mech that has the potential of doing 13 points of damage in a single whack, because it gets a +1 to a melee attack. So you're doing 13. So you can decapitate somebody with a single whack. But as we know, it's still, when you're doing melee with a mech, and it's like the hatch is going to hit whatever. So, not in your favor of doing a head whack, but now if you were sitting, let's say, above them, let's say one level higher, and you could always kick them and still stave in their head, doing on a punch table or something. So that increases your odds. Now, we discussed that SRM6 with Artemis. All right, so you got 5 tons wrapped up in this thing. You can put 3 tons of it into a, let's say, jump jets. There. I would rather have some jump jets. So get rid of the SRM6 and then give me some jump jets. Otherwise, you're looking at what, 4 plus 8 plus 12, 20. This mech can fire all the short range stuff that it has, and it's heat up by its movement, either walking or running. So you can do that for a couple turns and not have any problems. But if you got rid of the SRM6 and replaced it with jump jets, yeah, you can heat up pretty quickly using the jump jets, but then you increase your mobility. And it hasn't been since yesterday, day before yesterday's game, when we had a hatchet man jump behind a enforcer and do a hatchet attack and break through the rear armor with a hatchet, and then get into the juicy parts and get enough criticals and hit ammo, and kaboom, no more mech. So there, that all happened, and he would not have been able to get there if he had no jump jets. Jump jets made the difference. So why would you make a mech that is a melee mech without jump jets? Because let me tell you, the number of times I've seen a melee mech with jump jets coming at me, and I'm like, okay, I got to figure out how to prevent myself from getting that guy behind me. It's like he may not be fast enough to get behind me by running around me, but if he can jump behind me, he can ignore all that extra terrain, just get in there and then do a slash attack. And if he has, let's say, the skill jumping jack, which he gets to ignore his jumping and just because of one mod, then boy, if you never played with those extra skill sets like that in the game, boy, that's a great equalizer, especially if you play campaign games like we do. So that's something I need to work on, is do a video sometime about campaigns, playing campaigns with using those different skills that you find in that one book that's sitting right over there. All right, now, so we discussed that. So if we got rid of the SRM6, put a jump jets on it, that still leaves you 2 tons left over. You could give yourself another medium laser, maybe a C3 slave, especially if you have some type of unit that's running C3 system. That's a great plus in my book. You go that route. Now, the other thing you can do is also replace that medium pulse laser for 2 medium lasers. So that gives you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 medium lasers. There you go. That's 6. And you can turn around and give yourself a slave and then another heatsink there to help you dissipate some of that heat that you may incur. That will take care of some of that penalties of when you run and maybe jump or fire all the medium lasers and then jump type of deal. So things that make you go, what can you do? Now, if you don't put the C3, you can put a second heatsink in there. It's running pretty big. So you're looking at a mech that's got a large engine, the 330 engine in there. It's like that engine can suck up a lot of heat sinks before it starts going into the actual body of the mech. So things to think about. All right, there are a few let's see where they at. There. Variants of this mech. There's the 5W, the variant of the Buccaneer is basically a new mech, exception of the hatchet and the XL engines. It uses a plasma rifle. Okay, got rid of the ER large laser for a plasma rifle. All right, that's a possibility. Then you have a trio of machine guns. That means you're even closer. Personally, I'd rather have a flamer or something. It's like, if you give me a choice between a machine gun and a flamer, I take the flamer every day. Because the flamer seems to be more useful. You can use it against infantry, you can start fires, or you can use it on a mech. Alright, that's just how I think. But it also has a C3I computer. So the C3I computer is heavier. But if all hail the word of Blake, individuals have one of these, then obviously they are going to, well, basically have a system that's harder to break. All right. That's one thing about the C3I that you find on a lot of the Word of Blake, the Wobbies. All right, then let's see, the engine has been downgraded to a 275, so it's now a 5.8 moving mech. Okay, but it has improved jump jets. All right, so you got improved jump jets. Okay, so now you can jump a lot farther. Then it has the standard complement of 10 double heat sinks. All right, and it has ferrofibrous armor. Okay. That's one thing that helps with the armor aspect of it. You know, saves a little tonnage there. It's like, personally, if you're going to go with this route, why don't they just use Indo steel instead? It's like you get more savings and tonnage with using Indo steel versus the ferrofibrous. It's like, choices are there. Go for Indo first, then ferrofibrous. They take the same spots. All right, so you might as well go with the better option. And then we have the 6W Buccaneer. This is a Jihad version. Okay, it's a missile boat. And now it has 3 MML-5 launchers with 2 tons of ammunition. So, okay, you're setting it up for either short or long, or, you know, short and medium. Typically, it's like short and long. And then the setup requires the pilot to be sitting directly in front of the bin of ammo. So he's sitting, basically, it sounds like they put the bin of ammo in the head. And then it has improved jump jets and a C3I computer. So there you go. It's not bad. Not great either. It's nothing to write home about. It's still, at least they have jump jets on the thing compared to the original version. So there's that. So I gave my word about what I'd really like to see done with this. Is like, this mech, be honest, needs jump jets. Get rid of the SRM-6. And then turn around and give myself jump jets and maybe a couple more medium lasers. Or medium laser and heat sinks or something of that nature. Now, one thing I didn't delve into is that why not give it, if you're a melee mech, triple strength armor. Why doesn't this mech have triple strength? All right, I'm leaving the discussion for the last. If I got a melee mech and triple strength is available, it's going to have triple strength. And if you got triple strength, one of those extra tons that you save from dropping off that SRM-6, I'm probably going to convert one of those into 2 small lasers so I can help control the heat, you know, get that sweet spot. But if you got a melee mech with melee master and weapons master, you know, that where you get the +1 damage and it gets to do the attack in the weapons fire phase and then the physical attack phase. Oh, you turn one of these guys into a beast, especially if he's hot. So instead, you're looking at, what, double the amount of damage. So 22, 23 points of damage. Oh, yeah. That's the equivalent of carrying around, it's like, of a AC-20. And you're able to do it twice. Yeah. You get into somebody like that, and we played some games with them so far, that kind of build. let me tell you, it's like you're ripping a mech apart with that hatchet. You know, they look at that as like, here comes one of those guys that's built for doing that kind of damage. Oh, they want it dead. They want it dead now. So they don't even, it's like the terror weapon. It's a terror weapon. That's what the mech becomes, a terror weapon, and it gets focused on. Well, understandably. So there you go. That is the Buccaneer in a nutshell. I probably will have to get myself one of these just to throw in for when we get those campaigns farther down the road where I'm actually able to pick one of these up. So there you go. That is the Buccaneer. It's not a pretty mech. It's not well designed in per se, but I'm a sucker for when it comes to hatchet. I'm a melee kind of mech guy, you know, so I got a weakness for them. A lot of times they don't get the job done because everybody say, oh my God, here comes the hatchet, kill it, bring it down. You know, it's like watching Lord of the Rings as the elephants come charging forward and they start screaming, bring it down, bring it down. You know, that's kind of how you feel when you're the pilot, one of those things. All right. That is the Buccaneer. Hope you guys like this one. Like and subscribe, share with friends, and we'll see you in the next one. Hell Corrects out.